Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Today we're going to be talking about the Tarteist Paints Palette Collector Set. I talked about this in my huge Sephora and Ulta haul. If you haven't watched it, make sure you do. I'm going to link the video down below. I picked this up at Ulta and I paid $49 for it. Excuse the nail polish. I was painting my nails the other day and I got it on the palette. I was so upset, but hey, say la vie, right? So let's get into it. So I'm gonna open up the palette so you guys can see what it looks like. I really do think that this palette is a great value. You really do get bang for your buck. And why am I having such a hard time opening this as usual? And this is what it looks like. And you get 24 eyeshadows just on this part, which that's just amazing. And I really do appreciate that. It is a wearable palette. The shades are neutral. You can work with them. Today on my eyes, I am wearing this row. I have to say that the eyeshadows were there was a little bit of fallout when I was dipping in with my brush inside the palette. Nothing crazy. I feel like the color payout was great, and I do think that this is a beautiful palette. You also get inside this palette, which I thought was amazing, is you get this little drawer, and this is what it looks like. And you get a brush, you get another little palette, which I will show you what it looks like inside. You get a mascara, and you also get one of their lip glosses. And so let me show you what the little palette looks like. And I have to say that I am wearing, like I mentioned, I am wearing that row that I showed you guys. I am wearing it on my eyes. And I did try using the contour shade. You'll see right here. This is the contour shade. You get a blush shade and you get a highlight shade. I tried using the highlight. I didn't really like the highlight too much. It was a little bit more glittery. The highlight, I think I would probably use it like maybe in the inner corners of my eyes. The contour shade, I don't think I will be using this as a contour shade. Something that I like to do with contour shades, when I feel like that they don't work too well on my skin tone, I do have more of a deeper skin tone, so it is a little bit more difficult for me to find contour shades that work. I just take them if I don't want to return them. Like for example, I'm not going to return this set just because maybe I didn't like the highlight shade or the contour shades. I just take it and I use it for my crease. And it works beautifully. I mean, these contour palettes have great colors that work well as crease colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the blush, contour, and highlight shades so you guys can see what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And sorry about my scrunchy tie hairline. You girls know if you tie your hair up, if you have long hair, you always have a scrunchie on hand. So this is why my wrist looks like this. But anyways, back to the palette. The highlight shade, as I said, it's super pigmented. It is a little bit more glittery. I don't really care for this shade, but that's okay. The contour shade is right here, and the blush shade is really beautiful. I do see myself enjoying this blush shade. So let's move on. I want to go ahead and I want to swatch these eyeshadows so you guys can see what they look like. When I was applying the eyeshadows to my eyes, I did not have any problems. When I was applying the eyeshadows to my eyes, I did not have any problems. Like I said, there was a little bit of fallout, but it was nothing crazy. I think that sometimes we get really caught up in, oh, there's too much fallout or this or whatever, but you're getting 24 eyeshadows. You're getting another palette for your face, and you're getting mascara, and you're getting a lipstick. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, sometimes we get overly picky, so let's start. I'm going to swatch it in horizontal rows. So for example, I'm going to start first with this row, and this will be my second row so you guys can see. What I did notice about this palette is if you're maybe not sure what sequence to use the eyeshadows in, I was studying it, and if you take a look, the vertical rows, they actually work perfectly. I mean, this is the one that I use today. I use this all over my lid to set my eye. I use this as my crease color, and I use this shade and this shade on my lid. And pretty much all the vertical rows could work basically the same. So if you're not sure, maybe you're a beginner, this is a great way maybe to look at this palette, because I know it can be overwhelming. Me personally, I happen to like this palette. So like I said, this first row is what I swatched, and this is what it looks like. So this is the second row that I have swatched for you, and honestly, I have no complaints, absolutely none. So this is beautiful, you guys. So let me show you guys the palette again so I can show you it again. And this second row is this one. So let's move on. So let me show you guys the third row. So it's this row right here, and this is my arm. All these colors are super pigmented and they're beautiful. I mean, I could see myself definitely using every single shade in this palette. So let's move on to the fourth and final row. So let me go ahead and show you guys that fourth and final row so you guys can see how beautiful these eyeshadows are. So this is the fourth and final row, and this is what it looks like. All these shades are gorgeous, just like all the other rows. So overall, I would say, you guys, this is definitely a great bang for your buck. I would say go out and get it, and this is definitely a thumbs up. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this, please, please, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure that you hit that like button. I will make sure that I link everything down below. Bye-bye.